Well guys, welcome back. Well, I mean, obviously if you're watching this, you know it's happening. Like a tard, I didn't physically measure this before I did this. If you're following along with this project, whew, it's been a trek, you know that? From way back when we started the sand rat to what it is now. Anyway, today, we've got 2 more days. We got today, and we have to have the car loaded and strapped down tomorrow. So today is, we're gonna get those rear links done, get the little block spacers in the front done, and hopefully get a windshield done tonight. So we'll see how this all works out and pans out, stuff like that. Those are the 3 main things that have to get done before I'm ready to take the car. Another thing I just realized, we're probably gonna have to screw around with tomorrow. The trailer I thought we were taking, it's not big enough to fit this car on. This car is so wide, I'd have to drive over the fenders, and those are just sheet metal fenders. Pretty sure this car would bend up and crush those fenders. So we're gonna have to take a different trailer, and that other trailer needs some work. We're gonna have to do some lights on it, and possibly even fix the tongue. The tongue is pretty bent. So hopefully I have enough time to get all this stuff done. So, well, let's get after it, guys. Get this car done. Alrighty guys, front's done. It is what it is. They're black, you can't see them down here, so I'm hoping it won't be like obvious, but well, I mean, obviously if you're watching this, you know it's happening. So hopefully like a lot of people won't notice it, whatever. But moving on to the back real quick. Like I say, all we gotta do is pull the bottom bolt out right here, move this thing back around, slide that bar out, and pull the spacers out of here. And from what I remember, I think there's a 1-inch spacer in here I'm gonna pull out. Because this like spring with the ratio of leverage, it's about 50%, like 60%. An inch right here would be like 1 3/4 inches, almost 2 inch back here at the axle and the tire, which is exactly what we want. So almost positive there was a 1-inch spacer in here, but I'm gonna have to check, pull these things apart, check them just to be sure. So let's get after it, take it apart. So that's the inside bar right there. Now let's see if I can get the piece that's in here out. Because I don't know if I can or not. Ouch. Well, nope, it wasn't a 1-inch spacer, but it was just a piece of tubing that slid in there. So I'll cut 1 inch off of these guys and put the whole thing back together. Exactly like it's supposed to work. Wow. Alright guys, well, we took off that much, which is about 1 1/4 inches. We're gonna go ahead and shove this thing back in and see if this is still, if this is too long or if it's perfect. Ouch, because it might be too long. Yep, it's too long, so we're gonna have to cut off this little bit. Yep, alright. All right, so we got 1 1/4 inches marked out, which is the same thing we cut out of here. I just hope my little bandsaw can get in here and do this. All right, so like I say, we cut out 1 1/4 inches, and at that rate, it should be like a little more than 2 inches back here, just about 2 inches. Like a tard, I didn't physically measure this before I did this to know exactly what 2 inches like came out. If it's too much and I want to go back up a little bit, all I have to do is lift the car up like this, crack the nut loose, and spin this, and this will drive it up a little bit. I can tighten the lock nut up on the hind. So theoretically I should still have about 1 inch or so of adjustment. Well, at the tire it'd be about 1 inch of adjustment. At the heim, I only want to go in and out maybe a 1/2 inch. Any more than that, the threads get kind of shallow in the bung, and you might want to tear, it might tear threads out, whatever, might bend them. Anyway, don't need to show you the other side. I'll get that done and we'll get to work on the windshield. Well, guys, we got it outside, and overall it looks better. It does. It sits a lot more level now. So it is for the car show. It is what it is. It'll do just fine for this weekend. So last thing we got to do is windshield. Well, let's get it back inside and get to getting on the windshield. So we just got to pull back inside now, and oh boy, it's always had a little bit of a trans leak, and it's usually just kind of drips after I park it for a long time, but I just pulled it in. That's a little excessive. Like, it's dripping as I'm driving backwards. So I think we're gonna have to address a trans leak. But again, it only has to get on or off the trailer for right now, just for the car show. If we don't go cruising, we don't go cruising. It's no big deal. But still going. Windshield, that has to happen. Stuff gets stringy and gets everywhere. Well, all together, it's really close. Like, it's a little high right here, which isn't bad. You can see it dips down right here about perfect and then goes back up. The gap on the bottom looks decent to the cowl. So the only thing right now that's keeping it from going down is this edge right here, right where this mount is. So I'm just gonna take the grinder and I'm just gonna swoop out that a little bit, mark it and swoop it a little bit. That should drop this down a little bit. And then I gotta mark this little bit right here and grind off just a little bit more right there so it's got the correct swoop to it. And that should be the only thing on this side, and it looks like the same on this side. The only thing from holding it going down right now is that little spot where the mount is. So I'm just going to mark it and do a little grind in like that, and that should be good enough for the weekend, you know. Hopefully it works for the weekend. I don't see why it wouldn't. Then again, it's me, and if it's like anything with a transmission, it is what it is, I guess. Well, guys, a little bit of trimming. Took care of all of my gaps and made it loose. And I've been really going over what I want to do to mount this thing. Again, this isn't permanent. This is just for this weekend kind of deal. You know, put around town kind of thing. Again, I want to make a correct windshield for this. That Safari's, like, makes it functional and be like proper and bitchin' looking. This one I know is just for right now. So I think I'm gonna go the easy route, just drill a couple of holes in this. Like, drill one like right here, you know, one down here someplace, like 3 or 4 across the bottom and like 3 across the top. And I'm just gonna drill a tiny little hole and put like a 1024 screw in it. You know, doesn't have to be anything amazing, just a little screw to hold it in place, because I'm not worried about it blowing backwards, because obviously it's going to go into the roll cage. It's not going to blow like that. And obviously we're never going to go in reverse fast enough to blow it out that way. So can't imagine needing much more than that. I mean, heck, it crossed my mind to drill just a couple of holes like this and then freaking zip tying it. But that's probably what I shouldn't do. So, and honestly, I think I'm only going to put it on if I actually go for a cruise. Like, I'm gonna leave it off when I drive up there when it's on the trailer, so I don't have to worry about the freeway wind and the freeway, you know, speed and stuff like that. So who knows, we might not even need it, but I at least want to have it on here so we have something. So I'll drill a couple of holes and mount this thing up. out and about, she's driving around. We're gonna have to put a sway bar on it. It's got way too much body roll. But it is what it is this weekend. Wow, guys, it's been a long day and a long night. But as you can see, we got everything loaded up. It's all strapped down. We are even taking the golf cart. So we can putt around and check out some cars. Be lazy and not have to walk. But didn't have much extra room, man. We're down to a very, very little bit, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches of room there. But had some buddies stop by, gave me a hand with the lights, getting stuff loaded and things like that, which was amazing. I'd be out here a lot later if it wasn't for them. So Vinny, Chris, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it more than you guys know. If you guys like the content, you're following along with this whole process of like getting this stuff ready, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Think about subscribing if you haven't already. Likes and the comments, guys. I love reading all the comments. I've gotten some amazing ideas from some of the comments. Mount Carmel Car Show, here we come. So we're done. We're loaded. I guess we'll see you guys there.